I think it's also like societal values too, right? Like, because it's like society kind of brings and teaches men to like value youth, yeah.
Do you think
And
there's a biological basis for that?
infantile type characteristics.
Infantile.
Yes, they want hairless. They want hairless women, small, petite, like innocent,
Hairless?
don't know shit.
Okay, hold on.
about
Yes.
that.
Here, let me just turn this
Hairless.
I don't
directly
think
around
so.
on you.
Shaved.
I can just do the same sort of pathologizing towards women. So women who are desirous of tall men, they're incestophiles because they think of tall men, they think of their fathers. Or women who like big muscular men.
What if my
I'm just
dad's
using
short?
your same like ridiculous logic back at you.
But what if my dad's short?
Yeah, but what if you don't like hairless women, right? That's
Yeah,
the
but
same.
that's very rare. Like, let's be real. Like,
But
what
if
is
we're only
all the
going to point at
commercials have?
outliers when you're talking about
Women
a
only
society-wide phenomenon, then I just would
Yeah,
like
but
for you to
men
do this
value
for me,
that.
if you don't mind. If you don't mind, can you name for me any society anywhere that you can think of that prefers hairy women who are fat? Can you name one?
Like ancient societies?
Yeah, name any.
Okay,
any.
like let's look at all the sculptures in history.
Italian.
Back
Okay.
in history, if we look at like what was painted in history,
They were not
it was
obese.
different values.
They
Like
were
there
not
were no, they were
obese.
bigger.
Okay,
They weren't
great.
skinny.
Hang on. I'll just grant it.
Yes, there are.
Can you name a single society which valued hairy, fat women?
Italian
let's-
during the
Yeah,
Renaissance.
let her answer.
During the Renaissance, being heavier.
Let her
fat-
answer.
Yeah, like the women that were especially bigger were seen as wealthier, like having more.
Yeah, what society was
more.
this?
I don't know, like
Italian.
During.
I don't know what it was, but it's
Renaissance,
true.
Victorian
We can look it up right
time.
now.
Why don't we allow each other to help us with the answers?
True.
Italian.
Also,
You know,
like
the
it's
thing
true.
is,
It's
is
true. You
like
can look it up
you
right
can
now.
come in after
know
the
it is.
exchange is done. If you have a rebuttal, you can come in and be like, actually, I know the society, Andrew. You don't because they don't exist. But you could do that after the exchange is done, right? But I'm not arguing with 6 people at once because I can't even understand the arguments then. So I just argue with one person at a time, which is totally reasonable. So back to this. Can you name a single society which values hairy, fat women? I'm waiting.
So I don't know
Name
if I
one.
can name a specific society, but I know that it was a thing.
Wait, I have a question
Sure.
for you.
So
Women,
out of all the societies which you're aware of, are you aware of the Roman society?
Yes.
Okay, great. Did they take up most of the world?
Almost.
Are you aware of most of the European societies which exist today?
Yeah.
Are you aware that there was barbarian societies which existed?
Yes.
Are you aware that there was Viking societies which existed?
Okay. Where's
So
your
these
point
are
gone?
massive societies. They spanned the entire world, many of them. Can you name any of them which really valued hairy, fat women?
Let's look at the art.
Answer
first
the
of all.
question first and then ask one.
Harry, first of all, women, they don't have as much
Can you
testosterone
answer the question
and hair.
first?
Or testosterone
Answer
isn't
the
hair, but like,
question
they don't.
first.
Listen, you're trying
I'm
to drag
listening, but
me
you
into
won't
a
answer the
place
question.
because you want to lead me somewhere.
I
and
just
what I'm
want you
going
to
say
answer the
first
question.
is no, right? Because women don't have as much
No.
hair as men. Like biologically, they don't. But the
So
value,
then Brian's right, and there's a
the
biological
value,
basis
though,
for
like,
why
let's
men
be
would be
real.
attracted
ask
to
men,
that.
Like
Oh,
ask
got
10
it.
men
That
in the
makes
group.
sense.
Like, do you like hairy armpits on women? They're going to say
No.
no.
wait, I have a question for you.
So
are
Brian said there might be a biological basis. You say, no, I don't think so. I think it's pathologized through society. And then when I give you tons of the most major, massive societies that you're aware of, you can't name a single one of them that didn't appreciate that and then say, oh, because it's biological that women have less hair. That means Brian's right.
I'm saying within like pictures in history, you're not going to see like a long ass hairy armpit. Like it's not visible like that. But guess
What do you
what?
mean
They
it's not
have
visible like
bushes.
that?
They have bushes. That's one thing you will see on a damn sculpture and
I'm
a
sorry,
painting.
did Romans make statues of women?
I don't know. I can't
You
be
don't know?
specific. I can't go back to
You
my
were aware
history
of
book right now.
society a
Give me a
second
damn
ago.
computer or something. Like,
Yeah, so Romans made statues of
You
women.
have a computer.
And they were naked. They were naked statues of women. You're aware of this, right?
yes, okay.
Yeah, and
they
you
had bushes.
realize that this was
They
thousands of
probably had
years
hair,
ago,
but you
right?
can't see it.
They still apparently did not like obese, hairy women. They still apparently didn't like that. So it's like the standard has existed. It's almost some kind of like objective standard for thousands of years.
I have a question for you. So, okay, is your argument then that men who are attracted to women with light body hair or who shave down there, are you making the argument that they're P words?
No, I'm saying that in society, youth is valued in women. Among
Yeah, but you
women,
said something
right?
along the lines of what was your...
Infantilizing women. That's how society is.
So if you have sparse body hair or you shave down there, that's something of an infant.
To society's standards, it doesn't have to be a conscious thing. It can be subconscious within a thing, right? But to society, it's youth that's valued, and whatever is younger, youth appearing, is going to be valued.
So
Can I
less hair
say
and-
something?
That's going to
really
be
quick?
less hair.
What's up?
Brian, I don't mean to be rude to anyone's conversation.
You made a comment about hair and it being... it seemed to me that your leaning was that men who are attracted to women with little or no body hair, that's some sort of pathology, or men who prefer women who, for example, shave down there, that is maybe weird. Is that your,
Yeah,
is that
I
your
did
position?
bring that up. I'm saying that societally, like, that's obviously what it is. Like,
Right. So what's the implication on the individual level in terms of your judgment of men who have this preference?
I wouldn't say I would give like a strict, like straight up, like that's my judgment. I'm just saying in society,
Well, you
like
said it was
that's what we that's what they
infantilizing?
value.
You said it
Yeah.
was infantile, like they want infants. Is that
Infantilizing.
they
women.
want infants? Is that kind of what you're
Like
getting
younger
at? That
youth.
they're attracted
That's
to
the
children,
definition.
that they're PDF.
That's the definition of it.
Yeah, but is that essentially what your suggestion is? That men who are attracted to women with little or no body hair, or who shave their hair, it's really just these are terrible men who are PDF.
No, I'm
files.
not saying that. I'm not saying that straight up. I'm saying
so-
that it could be subconscious because it is through society. Like it's a system.
Subconsciously what? That they're
Like it
attracted
could be
to...
a subconscious thing. Like just because you don't like hair doesn't mean
Oh,
it
hey,
doesn't necessarily correlate.
So subconsciously, this is what he's trying to get at. I'm trying to figure this out too. Are you saying that the correlate of hairless they're associating with child?
You mean like
I would say kind of, yeah, that
what?
you're
Yeah,
I don't
no, I
understand
know,
the question
but
really.
you're
let's let
associating, like,
her
the
say.
hairlessness.
I don't understand the question really. You mean like
Like that you're
in-
associating like women with like who are shaved give like a child like
I'm saying society.
yeah,
standards.
but like yeah.
Okay, so do you think that men are attracted to women who are hairless because they're infantilizing and giving them a childlike persona?
I'm saying it's pushed on by society to like younger women. I'm saying that it's something that's been instilled kind of by society.
Because younger women can have children, right?
I mean, that could be part of some of.
Yeah, but I think
Well, I
that
mean, don't
she's
you think that?
addressing,
but, like-
Okay, so
addressing
let me
something
ask you a
further.
question. Do you believe that evolution is a fact?
Is a factor in it?
Is evolution a fact?
Yeah, for sure.
Then what is the primary edict?
Of like valuing youth.
No, what is the primary edict of evolution? It's to replicate, right?
Evolve.
Yeah, but I think it's more
It's to
complex.
hang on, no. It's to replicate. You can't evolve if you don't reproduce, can you?
Okay, there's two things can be true at once. That's
Yeah,
need both.
that's true, but with absent reproduction, there is no evolution. So the primary edict of evolution is reproduction, right?
okay.
Yeah, so if that is true, which tier of women are going to be able to reproduce the best? Women in their 20s, women in their 30s, or women in their 40s?
Obviously, it's going to be women in their 20s. That's when
Right.
you're most
So then
fertile.
evolutionarily, why wouldn't males be more attracted to the women who are going to reproduce the most?
But I'm saying I don't think it's evolutionarily.
You still won't answer the. I don't mind if you qualify and then tell me where I'm wrong or right or this or that, but I would appreciate if you would actually answer the question I ask, and I'll do you the same service. So my question is, if the women in their 20s produce the most children, wouldn't it follow logically that men would be attracted to women in their 20s as they're the ones who reproduce the most?
Yes, it would.
Okay.
But
So
I'm
then
not
I don't
saying
understand how
that's
this is
like
associated with infantilization or PDF or any. I don't
Because
understand
I think
the
what she's
association.
saying is like we've moved on from just viewing people as like reproduction objects, and so there's like more that goes into it.
What do you mean we've moved on
Like,
from
what are,
it?
like
what?
what are we even talking about? Like she's bringing like
I'm sorry. How do you figure that we've moved on from reproduction?
no, that's not what I said or meant, even if that's how it came across. I'm talking
Okay,
about
well,
like,
I'm listening.
when we're talking about like evolution and the primary goal is to like keep creating and blah blah blah. So like you're talking about that, yes, like that would make men like more attracted to younger women who are more fertile. I get that, but she's trying to bring a different like context to that. Like she's not just saying like this is like an evolutionary factor. Like she's
I
trying
agree.
to bring a different
and
depth
I'll
to
even
it.
steel man it to make sure that you guys know that I understand what she's saying. She's saying that socially and societally, it is pushed upon men to be attracted to younger women. I understand the argument. What I'm saying, though, is that it's actually the inverse. That from your worldview, would be the evolutionary need to reproduce, which informs society, not society, which is informing you to be attracted to these younger women. That would be my counter. And so what I'm looking for is an argument to that. How would that be
Okay,
wrong?
That makes more sense.
So that's kind of like, then why would it be pushed upon in the last like 30 years to be to
You
like,
think that
yes,
it's only pushed
it
upon
is-
in the last
here's the
30
thing,
years
yeah,
that
it
older
is
men like to
valuing
fuck
youth.
young hot women? Really?
It is valuing youth, right?
Because why? Why are they valuing youth?
You're saying it's because of
Evolution,
Reproduction.
Design.
What else would it be?
the thing
If
is
men want to have sex with younger women, why are they wanting to have sex with them? What would be the mechanism from which informs them to have sex with younger women? What would that be?
I don't think it's to reproduce. You're trying to like feed me an answer that I'm not like that's not my answer. So I'm not
Well, then what
that's
is
not
your
what I'm
answer?
giving you. The thing, it's not some weird subconscious like reproduce type shit. Like
I don't think it's subconscious. I think
you
that
think
it's
it's totally
conscious. I think that
conscious?
men will tell you, I want to fuck young hot women. And I think the reason that they want to fuck young hot women is because young hot women have lots of babies, and so that's why they're attracted to them.
But why?
Otherwise, why would they be
Why
attracted
do
to
the
them?
studies say that they end up dating the women around their age,
Oh
though?
my God, we showed you the studies.
Because of the pool in which is available to them.
Let me ask you a
However,
question.
when the pool expands and they can choose younger women,
They want
they
money.
do.
Yeah.
They do.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think women are attracted to men who have lots of money?
Wouldn't it depend? It would.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Why is it then, if women actually wanted to date billionaires, well, why is it that they end up dating people kind of generally speaking in their socioeconomic range?
It's proximity. Like you're around those people.
Right. Okay. But if they could date a billionaire, would they?
I mean, wouldn't everyone?
Well, but personality
No.
would also be like a factor in everything.
It would be
there's
a
a lot
factor,
of
but wouldn't
factors
you
that
like
go into it, but
rather go for
they-
someone who had more money than like?
Right, but you're saying, okay,
More-
well, why
there's more
aren't
to
these
provide
men,
for.
because what if, like, despite men's desires, if you're a 50-year-old man, the reality is most 20-year-old women don't want to date 50-year-old men. Unless he's like really maintained his looks and he's bringing status or something else to the table. You disagree?
Oh yeah, I would date a 50-year-old man in
Yeah.
a heartbeat.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But
I love that for you. Even older.
But the reality is,
60
just
plus.
because you want something doesn't mean you can get it.
But
So if they could, though, if 50-year-old men, regardless of their shortcomings, could be dating 20-year-old baddies, they would.
They
I don't
probably
agree.
would. I don't know what we're
I just don't
debating.
agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like I don't. I,
fully
just
agree
don't
with
agree
that.
with your statement, and you're like trying to force me to like agree with something that I don't agree with. And I'm
I
just
think
gonna
it-
say
you don't have to
respectfully
agree with
no.
it. I mean, you can be delusional about it, but the reality
Well,
is...
you can be delusional too.
Okay,
Like just like
this
I
is
am.
like if I were to make your same sort of position here. If I were to say, if you were to sit there and tell me, yeah, Brian, you know, women are attracted to billionaires. And I said, well, that's really not true. I just don't agree.